going on, everybody? Jacko Trays here, doing it all for every last one of you from the H-Town. You already know what's going down. Well, first off, I want to say thank you for everybody who has subscribed to this channel. I've finally reached 100 subs, baby. I reached 100 subs. I just started this YouTube channel about 3 weeks ago, maybe. Well, I didn't just start the YouTube channel. I started back in June or July, but I didn't do anything on it. But ever since I started doing Eagles content, it's only been about 2 weeks. I went from actually really having no subs to having 100 subs in a matter of 2 weeks. So I thank every last one of you. Y'all are the real MVPs. Y'all are the real people that make this happen. And I'm super excited to continue the road to 200, 300, 1,000, 2 million. This lets me know a couple of things. Number one, Eagle fans, the NFC East, we still lit out here. And number two, you guys are liking the content, so please continue to let me know in the comment section exactly what you would like to see. And if you're new to this channel, please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification button so that you can know that Jacko Trey's got a new video. It's about to be lit. It's about to be funny. Again, thank you, everybody. Now let's get this road to 200. Now, we have some things to talk about because obviously we have the Browns coming up, and these are going to be my keys to victory. So let's go ahead. Number one, I believe the key to victory, first of all, is doing exactly what we tried to do against the Giants. Number one, starting off fast. Now, when you think about what happened in this past Giants game, we saw the defense come out sluggish. We saw them come out as if they were just still on the bye week. However, the offense came out and they were moving the ball down the field, and it was great. It was a great sight to see. It was like, man, something is about to change. So I believe if we come out early in this game and start fast on both sides of the team, we're going to actually be set up for a better position towards the end of the game. Now, as y'all know, Eagles, we're always scrapping, we're always fighting, I'm convinced at this time that we're not going to really see us blow anyone out. I'm just convinced. I'm convinced we're not going to be sitting here in relaxation mode because we're just dominating and we're blowing these teams out, or we're blowing the Browns out. I don't think any of us actually expects that. But starting off fast is going to be the key for the dogfight towards the end of the game. Number two, Miles Sanders needs to run the ball more than 20 times, more than 15. He needs to touch the ball around 25 times every single ball game. He needs to be treated like a Saquon. He needs to be treated like a Christian McCaffrey. He needs to be treated like the bell cow back that he is. Now, when people talk about bell cow running backs, they think about Zeke Elliott, Derrick Henry, big guys. They're every down back. I believe Miles Sanders is an every down back. It's just that you have to be creative in how you get the ball to him. It's just like Christian McCaffrey. It's just like Alvin Kamara. Treat Miles Sanders because he has the ability and the skills to do those things. Miles Sanders should run the ball around 20 times, and he should actually be catching the ball out of the backfield around 5 to 7 times in space so that he can do something, create something. The issue is going to be if Doug Peterson wants to continue to do very predictable plays, trying to throw it deep to only John Hightower for some reason, as if he's the only one on the team that got speed down when we were supposed to be Philly Zoom, or we were supposed to be one of the fastest receivers in the league. I don't know what happened. But anyway, Miles Sanders needs to get the ball as many times as possible. He is your best player on the offensive side of the ball. It's just that simple. My number three, now, the defense needs to come out different. Anything different from what happened in this past Giants game. Meaning they need to come out being electrified. They need to come out like The Rock came out and in his promos. We all know that the Browns are going to run the ball, so we want the ball in Baker Mayfield's hands as much as possible. Nick Chubb can run all over us. Kareem Hunt can run all over us. They even have another third, fourth running back that's actually pretty good. They'll probably be second string or maybe even first string in another team. We're going to have in this wide nine scheme, we're going to have to build stunts on the inside, but that means linebackers are going to have to scream outside so that they can fill in those D gaps. And we're going to have safeties screaming down so that they can also be on the outside shoulder of those linebackers, making sure everything is funneled on the inside. Obviously, that means that the D linemen are going to actually have to hit their gaps when they're crashing on the inside. It's just that simple. Now, we all know that Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, they're not scat backs, so you don't have to worry about them trying to hit outside, but don't underestimate them. They can get outside somewhat because they're just natural athletes, but I still trust in our defense that they can play outside leverage, force everything on the inside, because that's where your help is. You always make sure the ball goes to where your help is. So if you're a corner, make sure if you're getting blocked by a receiver, you put him to your inside shoulder so that, guess what, you're playing on the outside leverage, and then the running back has no choice but to funnel inside. That's not something that we do actually very well, which is why teams are running the ball on us like crazy. Defensive linemen aren't hitting their gaps the way that they're supposed to, and linebackers, don't even get me started on the linebackers. We don't have the players in place that are actually football smart. This makes me question the intelligence of our defensive linebackers, and even some of our defensive linemen. We're going to have to stop this run, and we're going to need to force Baker Mayfield to have the ball in his hands. It's just that simple. My number 4, Carson Wentz. Don't turn the ball over. Even though this past game we lost against the Giants, Carson Wentz did a really good job of taking care of the football. He didn't try to force anything downfield too much. I mean, it was really good. I believe if he has a little bit of the game manager set on the inside of him, we'll have one of the top 5, top 3 quarterbacks in the league. I think Carson Wentz thinks that he is a gunslinger. And honestly, you look at some of the throws that he's made over the past couple of years, I would say that's accurate. However, he has yet to learn how to manage the game. Where he managed the game best is when he had a coach and an offensive coordinator who was able to manage the game very well, and we all know him as Frank Wright. Obviously, Doug Peterson is not the best game manager. We've seen it this past year, and we understand that, hey, you need an offensive coordinator. So it's not a surprise that Carson Wentz cannot manage the game very well. How can we tell that quarterbacks are great game managers? Number 1, they don't try to force things downfield when they don't have it. They don't throw it in quick triple and quadruple coverage. They always take the check downs. They get their running backs and their tight ends involved when they need to get bailed out. They don't turn the ball over. They throw the ball away when they need to. They make sure they're getting down, they're getting out of bounds. They're making sure that there's no costly mistakes on the offensive side of the ball. Those are great game managers. All Carson Wentz needs is a great offensive coordinator that teaches him how to manage the game well. And I promise you that this man is going to end up being a top 3 quarterback. Back to MVP form. He'll be up there with the Pat Mahomes. He'll be up there with the Lamar Jacksons and things like that. Although I think he's a way better passer than Lamar Jackson. Now, my number 5, Doug Peterson always comes out on his interviews and says, well, you know, we just got to continue to coach. I'm very big on language. Continue. Do you know what that means? That means he's coaching the way he's coaching. Even if it's not getting results, he's going to continue to coach that way. We're going to need Doug Peterson to do everything he was continuing to do, the complete opposite of that. So every single time you try to go for a 2-point conversion, after you're already up 6-0, don't go for a 2-point conversion. Why? Simply because that's dumb. It's just dumb. Get out of your own way, Dougie P. Whenever you don't need to, but you want to go for a 4th and 6, just don't, because the Browns defense, they're no slouches. Get out of your way, Dougie P. Stop calling play action passes when you don't even run the ball. So as a linebacker, you ain't fooling me. As a defensive lineman, you're not fooling me. And as a defensive back, formerly a defensive back, I'm laughing at you because I'm like, this dude thinks that we're not in the NFL. He thinks that we're not actually watching film. Get out of your way, Dougie P. I just don't know anymore. All we need to do is have Dougie P get out of his own way, and we'll be fine. We'll be extremely, just downright fine. Well, that's it. That's my keys to victory. And hopefully, if they heard this somehow, I promise you, if those 5 things happen, we will win. Now, as always, if you're new to this channel, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification button so that you can see way more videos. I got some great things coming up, and I don't want y'all to miss it. And leave in the comment section, what is it that you want me to react to next? Do you want me to react to some Dallas content, some Giants content, or trolling them in some form of way? I'm down for it all. Now, with that being said, Jacko signing out. See ya.